Happy Hump Day to you. Welcome on into today's episode, the Wednesday episode here of the Daily Show here on Winning Bets. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me, kicking off another morning with me here. And make sure you stay tuned till the top of the hour as we'll be joined by the Hockey Squirrel previewing today's MLB slate live at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Let's of course, make sure we go ahead and recap yesterday, and then let's get into today's action. Go to some MLB and some tennis plays to share with you guys as well. If we throw up the recap from yesterday, you can see we went 4-4. You go 4-4 or anything where it's 500, you're basically going to be juiced out, and that's what we were right there. Just need to go 5-3, and we can turn a little bit of a profit, but we did not do that. Probably of the losses, the most disgusting one is certainly the tennis parlay, because what did we say on Monday's show when we recapped last week's profit is Wimbledon did a good job of kind of keeping us afloat through the All-Star break, but we're keeping the parlays, the two-legged parlays, and finding good spots. What do? We get punished by going outside of our behavior, and that'll happen in sports betting or just in life in general. If you've got criteria that you want to stick to and you get outside of that, you're going to get punished. Now, we did a three-legged parlay yesterday. It didn't matter if we only did a two-legged parlay because two of those three legs hit. But the fact is, we got away from a winning formula, and we were punished by that. Three-legged parlay misses. That was a difference right there. You win that one, you turn a profit. Or if you lay off of that and say, you know what, I'm just going to lay off of that. 3 legs is it's too much. It's too much. Don't make that play. Okay, now you're 4-3. You can turn a profit. So absolutely, disgusted, with that tennis play. As for baseball, it was a profitable night in baseball. We turned 0.72 units of profit in baseball going 4-3. Dodgers, Orioles overhit again. We've played that now 2 games so far in that season or in that series, and both of those games has gone over. As yesterday, the Dodgers covered the over all by themselves. So love to see that right there. Marlins, Cardinals couldn't reproduce the over that they hit 2 days ago. We fall 1 run short of a push and 2 runs short of a cash as that game finishes 5-2. Angels, Yankees over 9.5. Holy hell. The Yankees can't hit left-handers. If they can't hit left-handers, they're in full-on trouble because we know they can't hit right-handers. And they didn't do anything off Sandoval. The only hit he gave up was a home run. Otherwise, he was just cruising through that Yankees lineup. We've talked about that team on Payoff. We know they're in trouble, but they've shown throughout the season that they could hit left-handers. They can't hit left-handers. Yeah, they're definitely full-on in trouble. Team totals, that did good for us yesterday. How about over 4.5 for the Rangers? They get 5 runs, so just what we need. Get them late, early, I don't give a shit as long as we get them. And that's what the Rangers did, getting 5 runs. Cubs, how about that one? Corbin fade works to a T. Okay, obviously wanted to face that bullpen that we talked about on Payoff pitch. That bullpen that was bottom 5. Sometimes you don't want an F5. That bullpen's garbage. Yeah, you want a piece of that. And if you look at it, the Cubs, they hung a couple touchdowns and a field goal on the Washington Nationals, scoring 17 runs. So love to see that right there. We've been dialed onto that series. Dodgers, Orioles, we've been dialed onto that series, right? Hit 2 overs. We also correctly said take the Dodgers on both days, and both of them were dogs, and they come through. And just the same thing in that Nationals Cup series, we hit basically 2 overs, right? The first day we were on the full game over, and yesterday, obviously, we were just willing to back the Cubs, and that worked out for us right there. The Red Sox couldn't come through for us, though. They didn't do a damn thing yesterday. Hell, if they'd have given us that prop at over 0.5, we'd be homeless right now because we would obviously put everything we had on over 0.5. They got shut out. That's a pretty rare circumstance for the Red Sox this year, and certainly for most teams going up against the Athletics to be shut out by that team. So it happens. Good old sports betting loss. We did come through, though, with our double play on the Payoff pitch. That's right. Every single day on the Payoff pitch, I give you guys my favorite parlay. Yesterday, we decided to play my favorite parlay. Pirates F5 team total. Talked about how they can't hit their way out of a wet paper bag versus left-handers. And boy, did they struggle versus the left-hander of Logan Allen yesterday. How about 5 innings pitched of 0-run ball? So we easily cruised to that F5 team total under. And then we tacked on Zach Davies there to be the winning, or not be the winning pitcher there for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks get the win, but Zach Davies just got absolutely demolished. To be fair, both starters got a little demolished. You're actually watching that and being like, oh my God, the Diamondbacks are really getting a Bryce Elder, which was relatively to be expected. I don't think to that maybe extreme. But as they're getting to Bryce Elder, you're like, all right, Braves, you got to come along for the ride and get to Zach Davies. Yeah, they certainly got to him. And for starters, you got to pitch 5 innings. He was also nowhere near going 5 innings pitched in that game. So didn't even qualify for the minimum to get the win, even if he, obviously stayed in there. So, all right, 4 and 4 on the day, down a little bit. Disgusted with how that day unfolded. Looking to bounce back, but still positive on the week at plus 1.12 units. I'd love to see that right there. Let's hop in that comment section, see what you guys are up to, and then we'll, of course, throw up the bets for today, where I got the tennis going on right now. We're looking at a little clay court action. What's up there, Poop? What's up, man? What do we got here? Guard for the Cowboys is sitting out asking for more money. I'd say that's par for the course in the NFL, right? Nobody wants to live up to the contract. All these players, when they are maybe overperforming their contract, they want to read it. What about when they're underperforming? Are they willing to go back to the negotiation table and say, you can have a couple million? I'm fucking playing like dog shit out here. Why don't you take a couple million? Yeah, of course they're not going to do that. They know they can get cut at a moment's notice. So that's just politics in the NFL. Guys sitting out, using the threat of holding out as a way to hopefully, scoop them up some more money in a contract. So still loving our Tony Pollard bet, though, and love that they could not negotiate a deal on the franchise tag, and he's going to be playing on that contract year. Absolutely love that bet. I'm actually going to be making that video today, at least from a recording and editing standpoint. Hopefully I can get the video uploaded, but at worst it'll be uploaded tomorrow. And the video I'm talking about is I've got my 5 favorite NFL future player props for this upcoming NFL season. A defensive player and 4 offensive players to go ahead and sweat out an entire 17-game season, and hopefully cash a fair number of those as well, and hope you guys put them in your pocket. Ross, good morning. Is this a sign that you told your boss that he's got to change his time meeting? Are you sneaking one in? Are you like on the WebEx with the boss, got the phone down at the corner? What are you doing over there, Ross? Loving the dedication, my man. Hopefully you're having a nice little Wednesday over there. Yes, sir. Let's throw up those bets for today. I've tweeted all these on Twitter, and my apologies for not sharing these, on the morning show each morning, the baseball bets that I've been tweeting as well. Somebody called me out on it. Yeah, just dropping the ball. So those are the tennis plays we're rolling with. And then those are the 3 baseball plays that we've given out on Twitter. And we'll look to add to it, over the course of the time there on Payoff Pitch. We look at the tennis, how it's unfolded. Cherundolo, he's already gotten the 2-0 straight set victory win. So that half of the parlay is looking pretty good. Hoffman's actually down a break. His match just started, so looking like maybe he'll lose the first set, so we need a nice little battle back by him today. And then Thompson, McDonald, you got plenty of time to get that one in, and Striker as well. Got plenty of time to go ahead and get that bet out as well. The boss is out today. Yes, boss is out. What is it when a cat's out, the mice play, or whatever the hell that is? Oh, you're right. Hoffman's got break point. Maybe he's not going to lose this first set. Let's see. It's 30-40. He's got a break point. He's down 1 break so far the first set. So if he can go ahead and claw back, get back on serve, that's what we need. Nice little plus 122 parlay hit. 2-leg parlays. Notice we're getting back to our winning strategy in tennis. Expect to turn a profit today in tennis on the clay court. Let's see. We got break point here, boys. Let's see if we can get it. Yes! Break point, and my man closes it out. So back on serve, 5-4. Hopefully he can, consolidate this break and obviously keep it on serve. If he can't consolidate the break, unfortunately, that would be a loss in the first set, 6-4. So really need him to consolidate the break here and be on serve in the first set. So, yeah, I'm enjoying the tennis action. I've had it up all morning. It's been good. What are you guys up to? What's everybody else going on? I know the Squirrel's on an absolute heater right now. I don't know if you guys are tailing any of his plays from the Payoff Pitch, but he is on fire. Let's give out another NFL future player prop. How about that, boys? Let's give out another one. I've already given out one. Tony Pollard over 7.5 rushing touchdowns. Let me pull up my notes and see what other one I want to give out. And then I'm definitely going to keep the remaining 3 for the video that'll drop either later today or tomorrow. I'm going to give out the one that's a homer pick, so to speak. Obviously, I will justify it on the video, but I'll just give out the pick right now. It's Dawson Knox over 4.5 touchdowns over on DraftKings at plus 125. Dawson Knox over 4.5 touchdowns over on DraftKings at plus 125. So, all right, look for the video to drop a little bit later today or maybe even possibly tomorrow at the absolute latest. I'll give you a remaining 3 to round out my 5 favorite NFL future player props for this upcoming NFL season. Look forward to that. As for the one about the divisional winners, I think that's a little bit smart to hold off on getting that video out and making the bets myself. Well, I've got the 8 winners that I am willing to bet. I actually haven't bet them because you got to get through training camp. You got to get through injuries. You know, I don't want to put in a future and then lose a really important player in training camp or in a preseason game. So that one will come out a little bit closer to the start of the season. I would say after preseason game 2, because you know these guys with only 3 preseason games, you know, the starters wise aren't going to get too much. It used to be game 3 where you get all that action. That's obviously changed with only 3 preseason games now. They don't want to risk injury. So I think after preseason game 2, we'll feel comfortable enough that the injury concern is out of the way, and we can go ahead and lock in the 8 bets myself, and then of course we'll be able to create that video, and if you guys want to tail it, you can tail it. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. What is everybody up to on this great Wednesday? What happened here? We went to a commercial break. We got Musetti versus Arnaldi. It's 4-3. Arnaldi's up a break, but down a set. All right. What's going on here in our tennis bet? Shit. Love 15. Come on, Hoffman. Love 15. Come on, buddy. Let's sweat this remaining game out together, and then we'll go find ourselves a hockey squirrel. Let's sweat this one out, fellas. Got Love 15 here in the first set. On serve. Need Hoffman to hold here. Need him to hold here. Come on. Let's get this shit to 15-15. Why? No, they're just hell-bent on showing this Musetti-Arnaldi match. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Update. I need an update. Help me out. 15. Oh, all right, 15 all. Okay. 15 all. 15 all. Also want to probably add a tennis bet. You can get Kevin Anderson. He's playing on the grass court swing here in the United States at Newport. You can get his money line at minus 118. Look for that possibly to be added to the tennis card. Kevin Anderson, money line, minus 118. Look for that to be added. What's up, Russ? Let's see what we got. You tailed Dawson Knox, quick tail. Love to see that right there. Plus 125 over on DraftKings. Now it's 15-30. Really hope the Bills can get past Kansas City this year. Yeah, I hear that, man. God, I hear that. And now you also got to get past the Bengals because they look terrible against the Bengals in that playoff game. What they really need to do is, I don't want to say just keep Von Miller healthy, but you saw that defense drop off dramatically, and they couldn't get any pressure on the quarterback without Von Miller. Without Von Miller, they couldn't do a damn thing, whether that was Von Miller applying pressure pre-injury or obviously him taking on double teams frees up other players on the defensive line. That's where the season changed for the Bills. They were humming along just fine, and then Von Miller tears his ACL and is out for the rest of the year, and they couldn't do a damn thing with Von Miller out. So, yeah, obviously I hope they get past Kansas City as well. They've been getting past Kansas City in the regular season. Just can't quite get them in the regular season. Last year, they would have had that home game for the AFC Championship game. I thought last year was going to be the year, right? They've been losing to Kansas City, but they've been losing to them on the road in Kansas City. Last year, with that being a home game, had they gotten past the Bengals, I thought that was our year last year. It didn't quite go that way. All right, we're 30-40, looking at a break point, looking at possibly losing this first set. Come on. I need to win this point. Come on, win this point, get the deuce. Come on. All right, so down a set. So now I got to now we got to hit the remaining 2 sets of that to pull off a plus 122 parlay. God damn it. What are the stats in that first set? And why can't they be showing that on the TV? I'm tired of watching Musetti versus Arnaldi. So, oh wow, his second serve is getting crushed. So if he's not winning first serve points in terms of, well, if he's not getting his first serve in, he's only winning 25% of his second serve points. So he just needs to be better on the first serve Yeah, he's getting his ass kicked on his second serve. That's where he's losing this match. Is on his second serve. All right, well, let's hope that turns, and obviously it goes our way for the remaining 2 sets. Let's see, we got who's a few dark horse teams this year. You're a homer for Denver. Yeah, they do seem to be popular and getting the buzz. I mean, I'm still high on the Tennessee Titans. I mean, remember they had a lot of injuries last year. What, they lose like 6 or 7 games in a row, and the Jaguars barely still won that division over the Titans. So Titans are going to be better, if they can remain healthy. They always have a great defense to the Titans. And then you add DeAndre Hopkins. So I like the Titans. I think they're a legit dark horse. I like the Atlanta Falcons in the NFC South. I like the Falcons' additions on defense, Calais Campbell, some other guys that they were able to get. I like the Falcons in the NFC South. I know the Saints are the favorite, but Derek Carr is too inconsistent. He'll just keep games high scoring and competitive. He doesn't ensure you're going to get victories as Derek Carr. So I take the Falcons actually in that division. What are some other teams? I'll just run through them real quick. AFC East, clearly I have the Bills. I mean, let's not even act like I'm entertaining any other team winning that division. AFC South, Titans. AFC North, it's hard not to like the Bengals. Nothing with Deshaun Watson, the Browns inspires me. And Lamar Jackson, he's just a walking injury. I mean, dude could get hurt in any snap. So, yeah, it's got to like the Bengals in the AFC North. And then for the West, I mean, it's like, are the Chargers, when will the Chargers take that step? So goddamn talented. It's so hard to pick against the Chiefs. And at minus 165, you just dump them in a parlay. You figure the Chiefs are going to get it done. And then the NFC, I don't know, not high on the Eagles, but also not high on the Giants. They won a lot of close games last year. Probably look for maybe the Cowboys to make sure. That's a weird division that hasn't had a repeat winner. I saw somebody give the stat out. It's some absurd amount of years they haven't had a repeat winner. So I probably would tend to do the Cowboys in the NFC East. NFC South, I said the Falcons. Out West, it's hard not to like the 49ers again. It's really hard not to like the 49ers again. And then, let me man, football. I'm getting all excited talking about football here. Getting all excited talking about football. Yeah, it's hard not to like the 49ers. And then what was the other division I forgot? Oh, yeah, the North. Vikings won way too many close games last year. That just is hard to sustain that. Packers, you don't know what the hell you're going to get from them. Bears will suck again. Straight up. Bears will be shitty again. I think you probably got to go for the Lions. Competitive in all the games. Even the games they lose, they're right there. So ESPN loves the Chargers. Yeah. I thought you can get Austin Eckler over his rushing TDs. I think was at 8.5. It's cashed the last 2 seasons. I think he had 12 last season and 9 before the season before that. 8.5 seemed a little low for Austin Eckler and just how much production he gets in the red zone. But I don't know. Chargers just can't seem to make that next step. Nothing on TV. I hear that, Ross. I hear that, man. Let's see what's going on in this effing tennis. All right, let's see. All right, let's go get ourselves Hockey Squirrel. Hell, he's probably already called in by now. I've missed him. So hang tight, fellas. Let's talk today's MLB slate. Let's there we go. All right, let's go get ourselves a squirrel. All right, we're up 40-15, double break point. Come on, starting off the second. I'm going to wait. We're not going to leave this broadcast to get us a squirrel until Hoffman can get this break and be already up a break in the second set. Down a set, hopefully up a break in set number 2. Let's see if he can get it here. Let me send this link here to Squirrel while we're waiting. All right, sent that link to him. Let's go, boys. Come on. Double break point. You need this. We need this. Double break point. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Get it. 30-40. Still break point. 30-40. Still break point. 30-40. Still break point. Looks like we got Arnaldi for a chance to serve out for the second set to make that 1-1, going to a decisive 3-setter. Come on, Hoffman, 30-40. Be cool to the people. Let's get this. Let's get this break. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Give me a good update here. A good update. Give me a good update. Come on. Yes, break. There we go. We're going into the payoff pitch. Maybe down a set, but we're up a break. Love to see that right there. All right, let's go get Hockey Squirrel. Come back. Let's go, boys. Hey everybody, welcome on into the Hump Day edition here of the Payoff Pitch, where we're live every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, previewing today's MLB slate with the Hockey Squirrel. I'm, of course, Jason, powered by Bet Openly, where you win more and lose less with Bet Openly. Hop on over there and check them out. Let's get Squirrel's opening thoughts and quick hits. What's going on, man?
Hey, well, my opening thought, I don't know why my camera always looks like shit on the show when we start out. I'm always blurry. It looks like somebody has the Magoo vision on my shit. It sucks. So, anyway, yesterday I finished a whopping 12 wins and 4 losses there. Got 8 units, and the day before that, 7 and 3. So that was another 3 and 3/4 units.
On a heater.
So yeah. I think it was like 11.9 units, and I'm like 19 and 7 in the last 2 days. But yeah, finally starting that, starting a heater. It's been a lot of spinning my wheels, and I don't know what the longest losing streak you've ever been on is, or just not making money, going even, like losing a unit in a month, things like that. It's been about a stretch of 4 months for me, and that's long, probably the longest I've ever had. But I do keep the transparent records, and I update them every day, and I think that that's very raw and very real. I know you do this as well on your Twitter. You show the losses along with the wins, right? We're here to show the reality of getting your ass beat along with beating some ass at the sports book. And it's not fun losing. Nobody likes that. But I think that it's very, very imperative that we show that, and that we live that every single day. We live that shit, and to be attacked by people when you're losing, and to have nobody say anything when you're winning because it's just expected, especially when you do this professionally, it gets frustrating. And I'd be lying to say that it's not, but it's very rewarding when you do figure something out. And I have enough data through the season at least now that particularly my pitching props are on fire. Yesterday was a clean sweep on pitching props. I loaded up. So this is kind of a funny story. That book that canceled that ticket with the under in the Reds and the Giants 2 nights ago, it pissed me off. So I loaded them up with just full on pitching props, just like all the highest edge ones, and I just smoked that account. So I was like, yeah, well, it's like
Payback,
you did some shit I don't like. Like, you guys can take that. Yeah. So I got my
Nice.
money back yesterday, so that was nice. But yeah, man. So
Nice.
things going well so far. I'm kind of getting ready for the fall. I mean, I don't hate baseball. It's just I want more volume. I want the college football and the props, the NBA, the NFL, all this kind of hockey. I like that in the fall. I think most people do. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. You mentioned there, part of what you said is, I don't know what your longest losing streak is. I don't know what it is in terms of days, but I do remember I've lost 12 bets in a row. 12 bets is the most bets I've lost in a row. That was a terrible feeling. Terrible feeling, absolutely terrible. But yeah, that's my longest losing streak. 12 bets in a row. Not fun. Not fun.
Yeah. I mean, I've been looking in terms of month just because that's how I track them. But yeah, I haven't had a positive month for 4 months, and a lot of it's just been I came up even, or I lost 1 unit or 2 units. That's a lot of it, but yeah. So there you are.
Now we're in a heater, so let's see if we can keep it rolling with a great MLB slate on this fine Wednesday afternoon. We call it Around the Bases.
Yeah.
We take a couple games, we break those suckers on down for you, provide you bets along the way. Squirrel, what you got?
Yes. I'm going to flip things around. This is going to be one of them because you got to get it now. I'm going to bet it right now with you. It's a WNBA game. It was going to be my 5th inning, but I think it's really important that we do this now. So because it's on the move. So we're going to go Dallas Wings and the New York Liberty under 170.5. That's WNBA women's basketball. It's going to be the Wings versus the Liberty. There's only 2 games, and that's under 170.5. There you are.
Wings and Liberty under 170.5. All right, I'll hop on there.
I will. I'll just rotate out one game and talk about something else in the 5th inning then.
Sweet. I'm going to go ahead and kick it off with the Rockies taking on the Astros taking on the Rockies. I want that Astros F5 team total. We talked about it yesterday, waiting for this line if it was going to be Austin Gomber. Austin Gomber got bumped to today's start. So we know the Astros hit left-handers. We talked about it. This is just the bet we wanted yesterday. We get it 24 hours later. It's the Astros F5 team total over 3.5 runs. Of course, it's 3.5. It's in Colorado. If this is in Houston, it's at 2.5 with the same juice. But obviously, everything gets elevated up in Colorado, and they're asking you to score one more run. Completely comfortable with that, with the way the Astros crush left-handed pitching. So that'll kick it off there with the Astros F5 team total over 3.5 minus 120. What's another game for you, Squirrel?
I think this is one that I've been on the last 2 days in a row. I don't think it cashed first day, but yesterday it certainly flew the hell over with the Tigers and Royals. I'm back on an 8.5 over today. I think it was Rodriguez and Yarbrough, which I haven't seen the name for quite some time, and I believe he was on the Rays last time I saw him. Right now he's
Sorry, I was
must
locking
have
in
gotten
that bet.
traded.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, must have been traded there from the Rays, but still, all things considered, with bullpens and yada yada. I mean, it's the same analysis. Like, I've been taking it. I'm just going to continue taking it. There's really, if you've been following Monday and Tuesday.
Well, nothing changes because there's 2 left-handers pitched yesterday. There's 2 left-handers on the mound again today. So, and it went way over. It was 11-10, I want to call it was.
Yeah,
11-10.
yeah.
And not surprising,
Yep,
what did we say? Didn't we say we would rather have that Royals plus 135 money line with Daniel Lynch? And that would have cashed yesterday. Not those Tigers. The Royals are performing better against left-handers. I like it. You're on over 8 at 8.5. That's where you're at?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, love to see that right there. I'm going to go ahead and kick it off transition to Brewers taking on Phillies. I want the F5 over. I really want to avoid two bullpens that are in the top 10 because runs could dry up, and you've been seeing that in this series. Just look last night, runs kind of dried up late. So I'm going to go ahead and target early because you got two hot offenses. You have the left-hander and a right-hander on the mound, and respectively, both of these offenses are hot versus that right-hander and left-hander that they're going to be facing. Not only are both offenses in the top 8 in batting average, weighted runs created, and slugging versus that respective handiness, they're both under 23% K percentage versus the righties and the lefties as well. So two offenses swinging a hot bat. They're not striking out. Two starters in Sanchez and Colin Rea that don't scare me. I think both of them can easily give up 2-3 runs apiece through the first 5 innings the way these offenses are surging. So I'll take that F5 over 4.5 at -139. Shut up and pitch time. That's where we give out some pitching props every day. What do you got for us? We need it. You're on a heater. I need it.
This one seems, maybe on the surface seems a bit scary, but I don't think it is as much when I look into it. It's Carlos Rodon. I'm going to go under the 6.5, even though I expect him to be kind of on the button there at about 6. But if you look at, dude, I'm sorry about your face. Holy shit. You look at who he's pitched against, and it's some very high strikeout teams, such as the Colorado Rockies was who he just last went against. 88 pitches, he got 6. The Chicago Cubs, another high strikeout rate team, he only pulled off 2. This is after 5 or 5.1 innings pitched, even though against the Cubs he was only at a 69 pitch count. So I don't know if that shows you how they're intending on using him, is just for the 5 innings, or if it was just because that was his first start with the team, or we're kind of figuring that part of it out as well. But Angels are in there with the Cubs in terms of strikeout rate. They're no low strikeout team, but again, just considering the opponents he has gone against and their high strikeout rates, and that he hasn't gone over 6.5 so far, then you give me plus money at that when I project 6. This is one of the better ones for me today in terms of numbers, which is what I care about a lot more than how I feel about it.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do a under Carlos Rodon, under 6.5 Ks. I'm going to do an under as well. I'm going to go under 5.5 Ks for Eduardo Rodriguez. They're the Detroit Tigers, under 5.5 Ks at +118. The Royals are really hot versus left-handers. You saw it last night, getting tons of runs. They're hitting .333. They're slugging .528. Their weighted runs created is 145, and they have a low strikeout percentage right now at 22.5%. Now, Rodriguez went up against these Royals back in May where he got 9 strikeouts. What's the big difference between then and now? Well, they're hitting .333 now. They were hitting 158 back then. They're slugging .528 right now. They were only slugging .342 back then. I mentioned their 22.5 strikeout rate right now. How about it was 26.2 back in May when he got 9 strikeouts? So the offense is surging a lot better right now. Rodriguez, he has gone over this a fair amount of times, but I'm going to be looking for more of a regression and then playing into the hot Royals versus left-handers. And then when he went up against the Royals last year, while he got 9 Ks in one outing, there was another outing where he went up against the Royals and he only got 3 Ks. If you compare the outing in which he got 3 Ks, they're more similar to today's numbers, but not today's numbers. They are much better right now than they were at any point when he faced them last season. Or in May when he got 9 strikeouts. So it's a better offense. I'll take under 5.5 Ks at plus money for Eduardo Rodriguez. Do you have another one?
Yeah, this one is a lot more logical, makes sense. I don't think there's going to be any objection by you on this one. So if you didn't like the last one, let's try Brayan Bello over 5.5 against the Athletics there. Oakland Athletics to strike out 6 times to Brayan Bello. I think it's pretty straightforward. It makes sense. They're a high strikeout team. I certainly think he's capable of it. If you happen to lose this, I would certainly think it's going to be on the hook. I would expect all of 5. Getting the 6th one is really just going to be a question of whether he gets it done or not. But I certainly think he has the capability to, and projections are there and makes sense.
Okay, that was actually my second pitching prop, so I want to expand on that 1 second with just telling you that one of the things I love about this is this guy's going deep into the game. Now, I was hoping we could get his outs prop, but the books have not caught on that this guy goes deep. I mean, his last outings, 6,
100 to 107 pitches.
6.2,
oh my God.
7, 7, and 6 innings. He's gone at least 6 innings in every start in his last 7. He is going to pitch deep into this game against a struggling athletics team, as Squirrel mentioned. Not to mention, they K right now at 29.9%. So he's going to pitch deep into this game. He just needs to pick up 1 per inning because he's going to go at least 6. I bet he pitches into that 7th inning. The last 2 starters, and you got to use quotes here when you're talking about the Red Sox, because remember, they've used 2 openers. Then they've thrown Murphy and Pivetta after the 2 openers. Pivetta and Murphy both got at least 6 strikeouts. Each of those guys did. Like Bello as well, over 5.5 Ks. I like that. That was my second one as well. Love that. All right, 4th inning long shots. We like to give you guys some dogs today at plus money. Been doing really well in this category this week. What about you? What do you got for us today?
I have but one large underdog that I think is just way too much plus money, and I'm going to get my money down behind the Diamondbacks today.
Whoa.
Oh, no?
No, I know.
It's, there's certainly lesser than, right, than the Braves. I mean, they're a middle of the road team, like in both regards, whether it's batting or pitching. I mean, they're not bottom of the barrel. This is not like you're saying I'm backing the Royals against the Braves or something insane. But I mean, when you're approaching plus 200, there's just too much there. This is what I'm always saying is I'm all about the numbers. Do I think that they're going to win? Probably not. But when they do, that ROI gets inflated because you're picking up 2 units for only risking 1, basically. And at the percentages and the numbers that there are, it's a middle of the road team against a slightly middle of the road team. Depending on what you look at in terms of time frame.
Okay.
No, I mean, really, in terms of time frame, they're not like number 1 right now.
I agree. Once you threw in that time frame, then I was on board with your statement. But you're calling the Braves middle of the road, and I was like, what? Time frame? Okay, now I'm on board.
Slightly above middle of the road. They're not number 1. They're like top 10, but not like burning, the cover off the ball type at the moment.
All right, I've got dogs. Let's talk some dogs. I've got some as well. Diamondbacks, let's see it. I like that one. Brewers plus 150. I see no offensive advantage, right? We're not on an F5 team total in this game because the Phillies offense is good or the Brewers offense is good. I just told you both of these offenses are good. That's why we're just on the full F5 over. You go look up what they're doing against right-handers and what the other team there is doing against left-handers. It's about even Steven. Bullpens, Brewers, how about a better on-base percentage? How about a better whip? How about a better FIP? And how about a better ERA than the Phillies bullpen? The Brewers bullpen is doing it all better. So I see no advantage in the starter, no advantage in hitting. I get a massive bullpen advantage with the Brewers doing it all better. Plus 150 is too big. This should be a coin flip game. You saw yesterday's game was 4-3. It'll be around that because both of these offenses are good, and they'll be putting up runs, obviously hoping cash in our F5 over. And then look for that Brewers bullpen. Again, better across the board in 4 of the major categories you look at in bullpen stats. They do it all better. I like the Brewers today at plus 150, taking on the Phillies. I also like the Angels at plus 115. We talked about it yesterday. Who the hell is taking the Yankees? Like, what are you doing taking the Yankees? I have no idea what anybody's doing taking the Yankees today. They couldn't hit a left-hander yesterday. Now they get a right-hander. They just suck. So at plus 115, though, for the Angels, I don't know. I wish more public money would come in on the Yankees, and I think maybe it will with Carlos Rodon. So I'd maybe hold off on that one. At plus 115, maybe you hold off, but if you see that a little bit later get a little bit bigger, then you got to take a bite at that one. Royals plus 125 against the Tigers. They're doing a better job against left-handers and a significantly better job versus left-handers. You saw it play out last night. High-scoring game in which the Royals were able to get the win. Expect much of the same today. Give me the Royals at plus 125. Then how can you ignore what the Twins are against the Mariners? Kenta Maeda against Luis Castillo. This game will maybe stay low scoring. But the Twins have the better bullpen right now, and they have the better offense. They have a significantly better offense. How about a top 10 offense versus bottom 10 offense versus right-handed pitching? So I'll take the Twins also at plus 130. I think there's 4 really good dogs today on the board. All right, 5th inning, keep swinging. I'd like to give you guys some hitting props. Squirrel, what do you want to give away and keep swinging?
I will rotate out. So in around the bases, I talked about the Tigers versus Royals, and then I gave out what should have been here, the WNBA game, but I wanted to make sure you got it before the line moved. So the other game I was going to talk about in around the bases was the Twins and Mariners, and it was the under 7.5, and primarily because of Luis Castillo, primarily because of that bullpen. Maybe slightly better than the Twins, but the Twins are right there with them in things like WHIP or some of the other major FIPs, those types of categories. They're not really hanging with them in terms of runs allowed over the last 14 or 30 days, but in some of the other indicating stats that show that they are a decent bullpen right now. Yeah, I mean, I certainly would expect it to stay under. The only question mark is Maeda, because he's kind of been in and out and, not fully there for maybe the last season or two. But Luis Castillo certainly, with a basically 1 whip rating, he's nuts. So, yeah, I would certainly expect it to be low scoring, under 7.5.
I think Maeda can get it done. The Mariners are only hitting 221. They're only slugging 387, and their weighted runs created is only 103 versus right-handers. So a nice spot versus Maeda. I think to go 5 strong, maybe even get in that 6th inning and give them 6 strong innings. He should have a quality start. He should keep them under 3 runs or less, and it should be a quality start as long as he can go 6 strong. So like it right there. All right, 5th inning, keep swinging for me. Let's go to the Blue Jays game. Let's look at 2 players in this one. Let's look at Manny Machado for the Padres, where he's 5 for 12 versus Barrios, 1 home run, 1 K. George Springer, he's 9 for 22 off of Yu Darvish with 3 home runs. And then I want to go to Cleveland, look at Jose Ramirez against Rich Hill. He's 6 for 11, 2 doubles and a home run up against Rich Hill. So Machado, Springer, and Ramirez for me would be 3 guys I would target. All right, 6th inning, it's a steal. I'm, of course, going to give you my NRFI of the day. What are you going to give out?
Well, it's going to be an under either way. I'm just not sure which one, because I know either one I give out, you're not going to like either one. So, let's see.
Who cares
I'm gonna,
what I think, man?
I'm gonna give out both. They're both unders, full game unders, and I know you're gonna hate this one because of the starting pitcher. I went under yesterday in the Rockies and got the win. I'm going to do the same thing today, and the only reason I put it as it's a steal is because when I targeted it was 12.5. It's 12 now. So the market agreement is what would make it a steal.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Austin Gomber's going to scare the shit out of you on that one. And, well, so would the Rockies bullpen. And why would it not, right? I mean, these are the public perceptions of the teams. They're not really the numerical values, though, that go into it. Beyond that, though, I also like the Giants and Reds under again, like I was on 2 days ago. Even though the starting pitching doesn't really look like you would suggest it with Ashcraft or Stripling, but in terms of numbers, though, those are 2 unders that I like.
What was the number there in Giants Reds under what?
Currently, it's 10.5.
10.5. Okay, cool. I'm sure people will be taking those Reds today, and they're just going to ignore the fact that the Giants have been kicking their ass and getting it done. Actually, I mean, it's been tight score-wise, but they've been edging out better than the Reds because the Reds have been slumping. The Giants are surging. So, yeah, Giants a little small favorite. I think that's rightfully so. Should be the favorite. 2 days ago, I gave you guys a NRFI at plus money that cashed. Let's go back to another plus money NRFI and do it in the White Sox and the Mets game. These teams rank 29th and 28th in the major leagues in terms of not scoring not scoring in the first inning. They NRFI at 79 and 80% of the time. 79 and 80% of the time, these teams step up to the plate. They're going to NRFI in the first inning. Again, that ranks 29th and 28th in the major leagues. The starter here for the White Sox, however you pronounce his name, small sample size this season, but he hasn't given up a run so
Tuki
far.
Toussaint?
Yeah, go with that. He hasn't given up a run in the first inning. Not only has he not given up a run in the first inning, he also hasn't given up a hit in the first inning, and he's only given up 1 walk. So small sample size, but I like what he's been doing the first inning. Verlander's been shaky. I mean, there's no way to sugarcoat that. It's been shaky. 8 earned runs in 13 starts, 9 Ks, a 1.69 whip, and a 278 batting average. So it's been shaky. We're really going to feast on the White Sox inability to score in the first inning, again at 79%. And they've kind of cooled off for his right-handed pitching, so hopefully that'll help Verlander not be so damn shaky in the first inning. That plus money, sign me up for the White Sox and Mets to not score in the first inning. Seventh inning, though, that's where we like to give you our best bet. We got a lot of bets on our card today, but what's your best one, Squirrel?
Not only are the White Sox not going to score in the first inning, I hope that they
Okay.
don't score at all, because I'm going to lay the minus 200 Wumbo Jumbo price on the New York Mets. I absolutely did. I will take Verlander and the the much more veteran approach there than Touki Toussaint. I've seen him pitch before. I believe he was on the Phillies, if I'm not mistaken, before getting traded to the White Sox. But yeah, certainly doesn't have the game log there. White Sox, as you said, can't hit. Their pitching appears to be terrible as well. In every capacity, I believe that the Mets are far superior in that. It really does come down to the pitching. The Mets are far better in pitching, whether it's starting or in the bullpen. So, not that the Mets are an absolute powerhouse via the offense, but the White Sox don't scare me much in any facet of that game.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever look at when you're considering these like minus 200 money lines? Do you ever think about taking maybe Verlander or that starting pitcher to be the winner at plus money, or you're comfortable just saying, you know what, it's minus 200. I like the numbers. I'll do it. I mean, you're expecting a strong start from Verlander, right?
It's not something I generally think of. It's certainly an angle in the game that you could take an approach to, but I don't know. I don't know why my mind doesn't go there, generally speaking. But
I'm just curious. Just throwing out a question, dog. Let's go ahead and get to my best bet of the day, where we're going to go ahead and look at Marlins taking on the Cardinals. We're going to look at Alcantara, under 5.5 strikeouts, minus 105. He's been under in 12 of his 19 starts on the season. Got 3 Ks versus the Cardinals in a 9-inning game last year. That 9-inning game, he only got 3 Ks versus the Cardinals. He also went against the Cardinals in another start and had 6. But his K per 9's been on the decline the last 3 seasons, 8.8, 8.4, and now it's down to 7.4. Just not the strikeout guy. Goes right in line with him staying under in 12 of his 19 starts. And the Cardinals are hot versus right-handers. There's a reason why we've been on the over the first 2 games of this series. They're hitting 284 with the 133 weighted runs created and striking out 22.1%. So I'll take Alcantara today as my best bet today at under 5.5 strikeouts. We like to give out a parlay of the day. Yesterday I was actually willing to bet my parlay. Do I bet my parlay today? First, let's get Squirrel's favorite parlay today.
Well, I have the Mets, and that's all I got.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll put it with something, but I never figured out what that was going to be until right now. So let's see.
I got something you can add to it. You want to take one of my legs of the parlay?
Do it.
And put it with your bet. Why don't you take my
Sure.
Red Sox and dump that on into your parlay? They're not going to, obviously teams can have an off night, and Red Sox not getting anything up against the Athletics would certainly classify as an off night. They've got their ace going, quite frankly, in Bello. They're also really good versus left-handers, and the Athletics are throwing Waddlechuck. So, yeah, Red Sox are one of my leg. And then I know you're on the Diamondbacks, but I'm on the Braves. So I did a Red Sox-Braves parlay at plus 115. Red Sox-Braves plus 115 for me.
All right. I don't know. I like that Bray and Bello over 5.5, though. That's for sure. I like that one a lot. I don't see how that one doesn't cash. So
I don't see how any of my bets don't cash. I mean, they're just all
ever 100%
so
win rate.
Let me just toss those suckers out. I only got 3 bets. I didn't add anything to what I've sent out on Twitter. There are some plays I like, and you know what? We've got some bonus bets out there. You can always cash in points at various sports books. So come out a little bit later on Twitter. I'm going to have some free rolls. So I will have a little bit more excitement. Most of the stuff I already talked about, obviously, on Payoff Pitch. I don't put stuff in my free rolls that I don't talk about on Payoff Pitch. So you can figure out what'll be on the free roll. Let's go ahead and get it on into the sports book and talk some rapid fire. Where we'll talk every single game from money line, run line, and over/under perspective. Let's kick it off with Guardians and Pirates. Over/under of 8.5. Minus 140 for the Guardians. Pirates plus 120. People are going to take the Pirates today. I bet I can close my eyes and guess the narrative of people thinking, oh, Pirates aren't going to get swept. The Guardians bullpen is a gazillion times better. And how about the Pirates have the worst batting average right now versus right-handers? There's a reason they've been getting their ass kicked in this series. It continues today. Guardians on the sweep, minus 140.
Okay, so then do we expect runs then? I mean, I was on the Guardians last night. I took them on the money line. That
Nice.
I believe was a hardcore blowout, right? Like 11 something,
I
11-1.
think they won the 2 nights ago 11-0. I think they won last night like 11-1,
Oh,
maybe.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So probably just another over if you're going to expect runs. I mean, if the Pirates can contribute at all, more than 0 or 1 run, I would certainly keep expecting runs
There's
there.
a, there's a reason why we cashed the Pirates F5 team total yesterday with them scoring 0 runs. They are struggling. I mean, go look up left-handed right.
Yeah.
They're at the bottom of the barrel. You could take their F5 team total under again today, assuming it's at 2.5. I don't know if I would do 1.5, but if it's at 2.5, it's another parlay piece. I didn't look it up. But worst batting average, worst slugging, and weighted runs created is worse than the major league at 56 right now. League average is 100. They're at 56.
Yeah.
Guardians on the sweep, folks. Get on it. Minus 140.
Hmm.
Dodgers and Orioles, over under of 9. We've correctly been on the over of the first 2 days. We've also correctly been on the Dodgers from a lean perspective. Today, they're a favorite at minus 140, taking on the Orioles at plus 120. Orioles do hit left-handers really, really, really stinking well. So I like the over the first 2 days. I, of course, like the over again today. As far as a winner, the Dodgers grade out better. There's the reason why I've liked the Dodgers from a money line perspective
Yeah.
the first 2 days. So I'm going back to the Dodgers again to pull off the sweep.
The only thing that jumps into my mind is like, dude, I mean, just go look at the bullpen as a whole. How many runs they've allowed in the last 2 to 4 weeks? I mean, they're just number one in terms of, or well, I guess number 30 or whatever. Like however you want to order that, however you want to sort it. They're the best in not allowing runs in the bullpen. It's ridiculous how many runs, how little runs they've allowed.
Yeah. So you like Dodgers to pull off the sweep then too? Cool. Rays and Rangers over under of 9.5, minus 105 for the Rays. Rangers minus 115. Rangers, I think, won the first 2 games, so this should also be going for the sweep there for the Rangers. Yeah, they won Monday, Tuesday. So this is a sweep for the Rangers. I'll go back to the Rangers. I think they were definitely in my long shot on Monday. They grade out better. It's better offense, better bullpen.
Yeah.
Starter, it's a bullpen day for the Rays.
Unfortunately, one of my 4 losses yesterday was the Rays. I think it was a 3-5 final, but most of the game was 1-0. So,
It was tight.
I don't know.
It was tight.
Given 10 runs right now, I mean, I kind of think under 10. Although it opened 9 and now it's 10. Is that an over move, though? I mean, does that just seem like too much? 11 runs between the Rays and Rangers could happen, but I don't know.
I mean, the Rays are still really, really struggling. Oh yeah, they're still. I would go under if I'm betting that game.
I
'Cause
feel
the
like
Rays with a
under
bullpen
10.
day-
I can't see 11 runs. I mean, yeah, it's possible, but dude, that's a lot. That's a lot of runs for these. I'll go under 10.
Rays will keep the offense at bay with changing guy every 2 innings, and then the Rangers are struggling. So I like under 9.5. I'll do under 9.5, and don't worry about picking a winner for me. So I like the under. Give me under 9.5. Marlins and Cardinals over under of 8.5. It's minus 110 up against minus 110. It's an over 8.5 for me. Give me the over. I don't really want to pick a winner.
I don't think I've looked at the numbers at Dakota Hudson, but I don't
they're
know.
not good.
Just for fun, I like Alcantara. Well, then why are you getting minus 110 if I mean, is Alcantara that bad? No. The Marlins don't strike it. Why would you not back the Marlins here?
Because the Cardinals' offense is really hot versus right-handers. Really hot versus right-handers. Alcantara has had a couple good starts in a row, but he's struggled more times than not this season. I'm expecting the Cardinals. They've been a great day team, too, as well. The Cardinals have been really good during the day at home. This is where they shine during the day at home.
I'm going to fade everybody. I'll take the Marlins, though. I like that. Hey, you know that Wings and Liberty game I gave out under 170.5?
Sure.
It's 167.5 now.
Jesus.
So
Jesus.
there's your closing line
There's
value of the day.
Yeah, that's 3 points right there. I didn't get locked in at the half. I'm on 170. By the time I locked it in, it was 170.
But you're still beating the hell out of the closing line. It's fantastic. It's
There
good.
we go. Astros and Rockies over under of 12, minus 150 for the Astros. Rockies plus 130. Obviously, I can't see the Rockies pulling off what they did yesterday for a second time. I'll take that Astros on the run line at minus 105.
I think I'm taking under 12.5.
Oh, that's right. You're on the under. Right. Okay. Red Sox and Athletics over under of 8.5, minus 215 for the Red Sox. Athletics plus 185. I'll, of course, go Red Sox run line. They're going to take their frustration out on not doing a damn thing yesterday. They're going to hit this over all by themselves.
They're
Red
going to
Sox
do
run
nothing
line
today,
over.
and the Athletics are going to win again, and that's why I'm on the money line for sure.
You're on the Athletics plus 185?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Love it. Brewers and Phillies plus 140 for the Brewers, minus 165 for the Phillies with an over-under of 9. I'm on the over in Brewers plus 140.
I don't mind your underdog angle there on the Brewers either, right?
Say it one more time.
I said I don't mind your underdog angle on the Brewers there either when you mentioned it in the long shots.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So
That's your pick
we'll
in
just
rapid
take
fire?
big underdog. Oh, yeah.
I think
We'll
it
just,
is an underdog.
go.
This is one of those days where don't pick and choose. If you're willing to take some stabs, take some stabs. Don't pick and choose now. There's some dogs out there going to pull off wins today. Padres and Blue Jays over under of 9. Padres are at even money. Blue Jays are at minus 120. I want the Blue Jays here at minus 120. Better offense, better bullpen. Blue Jays minus 120 for me.
Yeah, agreed. I took the Blue Jays yesterday and I didn't win on that, but I would back them again today here. And I think you're getting market agreement as well. Not a ton, but it is pushing to 115, 120. So market certainly thinks so.
Yeah, Manoah had him, I think he gave up runs in every other inning. Had a little bit of a tough go there yesterday. Yankees and Angels, minus 140 for the Yankees. Woo! Minus 140 for the Yankees. Ooh, love it. And the Angels are getting bigger at plus 120, over under of 8.5. I mean, the under.
So then, just if you want to take the Angels, just wait. Wait
that's
till
what I said. Oh yeah, wait.
6. Till 6 p.m. or 5:30. At the 30, 60 minutes away from the game.
It's Carlos Rodon pitching, and the Yankees won't get swept. How can you not bet minus 140?
And I have that, dude. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but when I have a projection for the pitcher to do something, I like it when whatever I like other than that matches it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I have Rodon to go under the 6.5 strikeouts, then you're gonna sit there and take the Angels. This makes sense. Like you want the Angels to hit them, and I try to typically not do things that contradict each other. Sometimes it happens though. Sometimes it's like, okay, I'll take a team to win and the starting pitcher to go, the opposite starting pitcher to go over on strikeouts just because it's like, both are likely happening. If it's going to be a low scoring game, and you got to consider everything though. It's a part of the puzzle. That's why it's fun to do this.
Yeah, the Angels here, you're getting by far the better offense. You're not getting the better starter for any stretch, but you're getting the better offense. And then the bullpen, while we really, bagged on that offense or that bullpen of the Angels on Monday, the Yankees have joined them in the cellar. They're both bottom 5 right now in the bullpen. So now that the Angels have a bad bullpen, well, the Yankees have come along with them. So no bullpen advantage. You do get a hitting advantage. Probably not a starting advantage. Yeah, I would go ahead and get the Angels plus 120 for me. Over under, I'm not even worried about. I'm just would take a stab at the Angels plus 120.
Yeah, that's cool.
White Sox and Mets over under of 9. White Sox plus 180. Mets minus 210. I know you're trying to predict a winner in this game. For me, it's an easy over 9 with the way these bullpens are. Maybe you don't get the runs until late, which is fine. But both of these bullpens are also in the bottom 8 of the MLB. So just atrocious bullpens. I want over 9.
Did you say for the White Sox and Mets?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Mets for sure.
You want the Mets, right? You are.
Absolutely.
Giants and Reds over under of 10.5, minus 115 for the Giants, minus 105 for the Reds. Is this? I know people also talk about the sweep narrative. Is this a sweep game? No. So tomorrow's a sweep game. So this is not to prevent a sweep here by the Reds. Not that matters in my logic and thinking. So I would be on the Giants either way. I was just curious. Yeah, I want Giants.
You can take the Giants because I just want an under 10.
And I can just get it under 10.5 according to Rapid Fire.
Or
Under
10.5 is
10.5.
what I meant. Yeah. It's across the board. That's what I did. Make sure I sent it out that way. Yeah, I sent under 10.5.
Okay.
I misspoke.
Okay, good. All right. Let's do the Diamondbacks and Braves over under of 10 plus 185 for the Diamondbacks, minus 215 for the Braves. I love all the advantages the Braves are getting this matchup from a hitting, bullpen, starter advantage. It's run line for me. Braves minus 120 on the run line.
Yeah, I'll take my huge underdog shot. Basically plus 200 for the Diamondbacks.
Nationals and Cubs over under of 9.5. Nationals plus 135. Cubs minus 155. Have nailed this series. Let's see if we can't nail another one in this game. 2 games, 2 cashes. I will go. Man, that Nationals bullpen. I talked about how bad that was, and when we were done hitting Patrick Corbin, we were going to hit that bullpen. They got 17 runs. It just. I'd have to look at the box score. I don't know if they let one guy just sit out there and just take a beating, or if it was multiple guys. Either way, I mean, they got 2 touchdowns and a field goal on them. It's not good. I am taking. I'll go back to an over. I'll go back to an over. It's hit the first 2 games. We were on it on Monday. I'll go back to the over at plus money. I don't think the Cubs at minus 155 with Hendricks up against Trevor Williams.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. It's dude. Patrick Corbin made it 5.1 innings and only gave up 3. And then the bullpen gave up 4. The next guy came in, gave up 2, and then Paulo Espino in the 1 out gave up 7 hits and 8 runs in 1 out. Ooh. And then
Well, remember Squirrel on yesterday's show, we said don't do the Cubs F5 team total because when the team's been getting to Patrick Corbin, it's been in the 6th inning. He's like getting through 5, fine. And then for whatever reason, they decided to put him out there for the 6th inning, and that's when he gives up runs. And it happened again last night. Like, how dumb are you for this Nationals manager to do the same shit with Patrick Corbin? Just get him out there after 5 innings. What are we doing? I don't get it. Tigers and Royals over under of 8.5. Tigers minus 145. Royals plus 125. I went the Royals at plus 125. I'll take the over. Saw it yesterday play out.
Over 8.5 as well for me. Yeah, nothing changed as we said. The left-handers are there, and it's just good stuff.
Twins and Mariners over under of 7.5. We get a plus 125 for the Twins. Mariners minus 145. I don't really want to mess around with this low total. I like the Twins bullpen and hitting advantages enough to take the Twins at plus 125.
Yeah, I like the low total, and I'll go under 7.5 because I really like the pitching and the bullpens.
All right, fellas, that's how we're doing on this great Wednesday MLB slate. Make sure you come back tomorrow live at 11 a.m. Eastern Time to preview tomorrow's MLB slate as well, where there's more day games followed by night games on a Thursday slate in the MLB. All right, good luck with your bets. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.
See you later, man.